This is Laura Mafka, aka Rogan Ryan, and in today's video, I want to talk about the human experience is mainly hell, and this is exactly what the human experience is. It's full of agony, regret, constant unhappiness, being tormented every day about the fact that you will never accomplish goals that were out of your reach to begin with, and you have to worry about people leaving your life. You have to worry about if you even have any loved ones left in your life to care about. You have to worry about them dying on you one day. And this just adds more to the pain that you have to feel every day in your life. Now, you only have very few people who are able to remain more stable than the everyday person who can actually put up with the issues more better than how some of us may have put up with these issues in the past and even now currently. But even those people who are strong and they may have a support system that's well enough around them for them to be able to go on forward in their lives, even those people have a breaking point, and we all do have a breaking point because we all start to understand it's completely worthless to keep doing the same thing over and over again. What point is it to just keep going to the same job and you're not seeing an increase in the money you're supposed to be getting for all your hard work? They won't even give you a raise, but yet you're working your behind off for these people, and they'll just possibly lay you off anytime they want. And when it comes to talking to people, I lose more hope every day, especially when I have to go around the common person, because they're so brain dead. They're so stuck in their ways, and they never want to admit that this human experience is really miserable. And human beings help make the human experience more miserable, starting wars with each other, fighting each other every day, not wanting to get along, always having a hateful comment to say towards another human being. Humans overall are very destructive creatures, and I am ashamed every day to be a part of the human race. I really am, because we aren't bettering anything. All we're doing is leading each other into a more morbid way of life. And whenever you voice your opinion and speak out on these things, everyone wants to tell you you're worthless. Everyone wants to tell you that you're the issue, that you're ungrateful, when in reality, these are the same people doing some of the most evil things on the planet. So remember that when people are trying to shame you for voicing your opinion about how screwed up our damn world is, these are some of the most disgusting scum of the earth to ever walk on this planet. Because if it's such a huge problem to them for us voicing our just dissatisfaction with this world, then that shows you what type of person they are. They thrive off the chaos. They thrive off the heartbreak. They thrive off the fact that we're not living an abundant lifestyle that we all deserve to live. There's no way that we should have to pay all of these high taxes. We should not have to put up with horrible attitudes every day from some goddamn douchebag at work, or even from family and just people around us in general. We should be able to choose by our own free will to not even talk to these people or deal with them. But no, we're forced to deal with it because we're told that's having responsibility regardless of if you like it or not. And our lives are just centered around serving someone else. It's never about trying to truly serve ourselves. Because whenever you do try to serve yourself, especially as the person who's seen as a lower person, the underdog, you're going to be told that you're selfish. You'll be told that you don't think about anyone except your own plight. And these people who are trying to shame you and tell you this, they're doing the exact same thing that they're trying to ridicule you for. That is how hypocritical humanity is. But yet, even with other countries, when they commit atrocities, you'll have another country that judges that other country for making atrocities upon the world. But yet, they've done the same thing. Humanity is just a heaping stew of hypocrisy, and no one wants to actually call it out for what it is, because that means that they would have to look at their own lifestyle and change who they are totally. and they won't even put in the effort into doing the shadow work to cleanse themselves of those negative traits that they picked up from their parents. All of the negative traits that they had to be around when they were younger, they won't even try to clear that up from their peers pressuring them, and now they took on those same habits and they're wreaking a bunch of oppression onto other people, you see. So this is why I appreciate whenever I am isolated from a bunch of people, because the everyday person, they just have something about them that is just so repulsive. It's disgusting to even get into a conversation with these people, because they don't want to admit the truth that having kids in this world is really not worth it now. Being around people is so just mind-boggling. They can't even keep a interesting conversation going for 5 minutes, and we're expected to just evolve and advance as humanity as a whole. Get the hell out of here. I get so tired of people trying to tell me that I'm the problem, that I'm the one who just wants too much, when in reality, the things that I want are actually normal. Just because I want other people to treat other people well and stop bullying other people does not make me the problem. You are the problem for complaining. Especially with a lot of these people, especially these men, I should say, who love to try and glorify this type of mindset of oppressing other people, being a bully, going through constant challenges, even though you didn't consent to going through those trials and errors in your life. You're supposed to be fulfilled with what you went through because it made you stronger, when in reality, you are cracking on the inside every day. You have to be swallowed up by self-pity because you have to feel guilty for having human emotions of feeling wronged by the situation that you were forced to be in, all because you didn't want to believe in that person's notion of what it means to be an outstanding person. We no longer have any type of safe spaces left. Everywhere you go, there's constant fighting, there's constant drama. Someone always has an issue with someone. And you wonder why no one wants to really go out anymore, especially in my generation with the men. What are we going out to? You know, it's like Axiom Portal said, outside the room is doom. And shouts out to that guy. You know, I hope he's doing well. And I know I really don't get to talk to a lot of you guys in this space who are making these videos, you know, but shouts out to you guys. And I really hope you guys are doing well, and shouts out to Modern Goldberg. I hope I said your name correctly, dude. So shouts out to you for shouting me out right quick. But back to what I was saying. The human experience is very limiting. We have a very narrow mind on the things we can do to better our lifestyle, when in reality, it's actually simple. Treat other people with respect. Don't invade other people's privacy, and don't go around trying to tell someone how they should live, especially if they're not bothering you and their lifestyle isn't affecting you at a horrible pace. Who are you to try and just pass critical judgment on that person? And this is another reason why humanity will destroy itself, because people can no longer live around each other without causing some type of conflict, and it's tiring. We are dealing with some of the worst people right now in this world that are in power. And we have to protect ourselves every day. We have to look over our shoulders like we're criminals, all because we want a decent, normal life. They act as if we're asking for all of the mansions in the world to be ours. They're acting as if we're asking them to just hand us tons and tons of money for no reason, even though we should have no issues with money anyway, because they freaking print out the money. So who's to say that everyone should not be wealthy right now? It is just the elites holding power from people like us that are at the bottom of the barrel. And even the people that are the everyday people who think they're just these goody two-shoe normies, they are at the bottom of the barrel and don't even know it. They don't even know how insignificant they are to the people that are in power. But yet they slave away their lives working these jobs constantly, even though they're draining their own life force and destroying their own self-image, all so they can be a product. They never want to be an individual. And this is what you run the risk of happening to you when you never question anything outside of what you have been taught to believe. So I just ask all of you to understand that the human experience, it is one of the worst things that we could have ever been born into. Because when you were born here, you have to constantly sacrifice every day. All because other people have made it that way. We would not have to sacrifice our time, our health, our money, our well-being if people did not make life any harder on this planet. But it's so much to just ask people to just show some more courtesy for a change. But no, we are told that we are ungrateful, we're being childish, we're being standoffish, all because we don't want to deal with the drama anymore. So to the people that have those words to say to people who are voicing things the way I am, screw you. And we will not follow your sick ideology. We will lead our own lifestyles, and we will do our best to make the most of what has been given to us. But you guys take care. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment section. I highly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the model woman. Thank you.